This is Steve Klotz with Youth Runner Magazine. I'm interviewing Neely Spence today, and she's going to let us know a little bit about how she got here to Bydgoszcz for the World Cross Country Championships 2013.
Yep.
Neely?
Thanks, Steve. Actually, I recently got married, so I've added an additional last name. So it's Neely Spence-Gracey. And I'm trying to get that out there, but it's still going to be a slow transition, I think, for everyone, including myself. But yeah, it's so exciting. We're here in Poland and part of the, U.S. Senior Women's Cross Country team. And it's been a blast so far.
What did you do in Jordan?
Yeah, so my first ever U.S. team was when I competed in Amman, Jordan in the Junior World Cross Country Championships in 2009. And I finished 19th that year. But Jordan was just such a really amazing experience. My first time out of the country, my first time representing the United States. Top 20 finish, competing against East Africans without shoes on and at altitude. And we got to do a lot of really neat cultural experiences.
Was that at altitude? I didn't realize.
It was, yeah.
How high do you think?
I think it was, we were trying to remember, a couple of us who were on the team then, and I think it was around 3,000. Feet, yeah, around 3,000 feet. So it wasn't extremely significant, but with that big hill, you could definitely tell.
Yeah, that was like 1,000 meters long, that hill.
It was a really interesting course. They said.
For the finish, it just kept going.
Yeah, I know. It was never ending. At least that's how it felt. Yes. It was on a golf course, which, in the U.S. we think, oh, golf course, nice and flat. No, this golf course started up here, and it was just on the side of, this cliff. And so I guess technically the race started at the bottom, and we, wove up to the top, wove back down to the bottom, and did that and just multiple loops. So
the start was uphill also.
Yeah, I think the whole course was uphill.
Well, it had to have some downhill.
I don't know about that. And that's how I feel about this course, too. It seems like it's all uphill except for the one screaming downhill. But
have you been on this course yet?
I was on it. We went over yesterday, and we're going to go over again this afternoon. So I'm glad that I had an extra day to sort of mentally prepare and, focus on, what's going to need to be done out there tomorrow.
You went to USA Nationals as a senior.
Yes.
And you actually made the team your first try.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
only
that's
4 years after you made the team as a junior.
Yeah, and that was thank you. That was the plan going into the season, was to try and make this the senior team, and it worked out great. I only had a few weeks of training coming in, and it was a little concerned. I was talking to my coaches, and I was like, "Are you sure? I've only done 3 workouts," and they're like, "Oh, you have the strength from the fall. You haven't lost too much," because I raced the Zatopek 10K in Australia in mid-December, came home, took 2 weeks off, got married, had Christmas, all that fun stuff, and then didn't start back to training until we were on the honeymoon. So I got in some decent training. Our honeymoon turned into a training trip. We went to Mexico, and it was a blast. Perfect conditions to run in.
On the beach or something?
We did not run on the beach. I hate running on the sand. But they had some dirt roads and some trails, and had to do a couple workouts on the treadmill, which wasn't really very fun. But the honeymoon was a lot of fun, and then got back and went to a training camp in Florida with the team for 2 weeks. And, that was my focus time, regrouping and getting, mentally ready to race again. And then went to USA's and went really well. Yeah.
So who's your coach now?
I'm coached by Keith and Kevin Hansen, and I train in Michigan as of last June, which is when I moved there.
They must feel pretty good about you making the team.
Yeah, they're pretty excited. They're both here, and they're definitely looking forward to this race. You know, all my training, it seems, since U.S. Cross has been every single day that I have a workout. It snowed and been extremely windy. So, you know, at least I'm prepared for that coming in, and we even did some hill repeats. So, you know, I think I'm definitely in a lot better shape than I was at U.S. Cross. And tomorrow it's just going to be a battle out there, both mentally and physically. But, I mean, right now it's more of a mental battle just to put things together.
Warm tights you're going to wear? Or?
You know, I've been trying to figure out if it's a good idea to wear tights or not. The U.S. women and I have been discussing. We've been trying on a bunch of different outfits, so I think it's going to be more of a game time decision. It's supposed to be a low of -1 tonight here, so it's going to be chilly, but we don't race till the afternoon, which is when it'll be the high, which they're saying of like 32 right now. So I think it's really going to depend on what exactly the weather is tomorrow.
Will you wear spikes?
Oh my goodness, yes, absolutely. We're wearing some spikes. We all have 5/8 inch right now, which are like this big. So we're definitely planning on wearing spikes because we're the third race, and I feel really bad for the senior men who are the fourth race. So the course is going to be torn up for sure.
By the time the men get on it.
Well, it's already torn up because they decided to plow it. So
What?
yeah, the tractors and everything have completely just turned the course into a mud hole.
Oh my goodness. So you've been on the course?
Yes. Yeah, we went to the course yesterday, and it's really helpful, I think, to have had that extra day to sort of get mentally prepared on what needs to happen tomorrow.
So how do you feel about, or how does the team feel about the race coming up? Your chances for being on the podium for this?
You know, anything's possible, and I think when it comes to bad conditions, if you can have a really strong, positive attitude about it going in, it can only help you and is only going to hurt others. So, you know, a lot of people are going to be really, I mean, it's impossible, really, to train for something like this. You know, especially in the U.S., this is not even something that we consider you know, to be possible. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see what happens tomorrow, because I think it sort of creates a lot of uncertainty for a lot of people and can really level the playing fields in a sense that, you know, it's all about how you handle what's thrown at you, and there's bound to be lots of stuff thrown at you.
So what's it like having Dena on your team?
Yeah, you know, having someone with the amount of experience, this is Dena's 10th World Cross Country Championships. So that's really exciting. You know, yesterday, Dena, Delilah, and myself were sitting in drug testing, and she was telling stories about, you know, different, like, horror stories that have happened to her, and you know, it's really interesting to have her perspective on things, and I think, you know, it's only gonna benefit us, you know, going into the race tomorrow, having, you know, someone there who has experienced so much, and now we get to experience something with her. You know, I remember 2 years ago, my junior year of college, I ran a huge PR on the track at Mount Sac in the 5K, and the next day Dena sent me an email that was like, hey, great job, really exciting to see, like, you know, your progress as an athlete, and, you know, it was so neat. And years back, my dad actually ran with her when she broke the American record in the half marathon. So she has pictures of him on her website and everything. So it's really neat. And after she got the bronze at the Olympics, she used a lot of the same techniques that my dad used when he got the bronze in Tokyo. So it was, it's been really neat to, watch her career and follow her and see how, our lives have intertwined. And I know that I'm not the only one, that so many other people have had really neat experiences with her because she's a wonderful person.
Now, Neely, this is an interview with Youth Runner magazine, and we have lots of kids that we follow, many of whom are middle school age, and soon to be high school. Do you have any advice for them?
Yeah, you guys are ahead of the game. I didn't start till the very end of 8th grade running. And really, I started off with just very limited mileage, just had these big goals and decided, oh, well, if I'm going to meet these goals, I guess I better start training. I think the biggest thing is to, make sure you're dreaming. There's a lot that you guys have that you can accomplish, and it's not necessarily about accomplishing, things like what I'm doing right now, but even more so just personal goals. One thing that I found with running that's really taught me so much more about who I am as a person, it's given me a better understanding of the world, and has really helped my self-esteem, my ability to focus, and I think it's helped, you hear it all the time. Running is a great metaphor for life because you get into it you get out of it what you put into it. And I definitely find that to be very true. It can teach really strong work ethic and, goal setting. And I think it's really neat to see young athletes and young people pursue what makes them happy. So
what about wearing that uniform with the stars and stripes?
Wearing the U.S. uniform is always something special. It never really gets old. And every time I put it on, there's definitely a sense of responsibility that I put on as well. So I'm definitely excited to, put it on tomorrow and really go out there. And I realize that I'm competing not just for myself and my own personal goals, but representing my country and helping my team as much as I can.
Well, Neely, thanks very much for doing this interview with us.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
It was really fun, and all I can say is goodbye.
All right, see you later.
Bye.